Hello, students. Once again, I am here to present you all the another biology lecture on the behalf of Springer online classes. In this session, we are going to understand the basic difference between the animal cell and plant cell. As we have already completed about the definition of cell and cell theory and discovery of cell, so it's better to move ahead with the new topic and let's start. Student, you can see here there is a chart or there is a differentiation chart is given here. You can easily read that about the animal cell and plant cell. The animal cell is without cell wall and it contains only cell membrane as its outermost covering, whereas the plant cell contains a very rigid cellulosic cell wall, but it is freely permeable. It is unlikely to the cell membrane which is semi-permeable. First point of difference. Second point of difference is vacuole. What is vacuole? Vacuole or the empty spaces present inside the cells to maintain the turgidity of the cell. So that vacuoles are smaller in animal cell while larger in plant cell, because you are knowing that plants are habitual of absorbing the water from the ground sources by the process known as osmosis. That's why their vacuoles are so large. Another structure, that is centrosome. Centrosomes are the cell organelles which are means to help in the cell division in the case of animal cell, but centrosome is remain absent in the plant cell, and the function of centrosome, that is cell division, is performed by the microtubules in the case of plant cell. A plant cell also contains the photosynthetic pigments. And what are the pigments? They are the coloring material. And what are coloring material? The material which provide colors to all the parts of the plant, and that coloring material, chlorophyll, is present in plant cell but remain absent in animal cell. And the reserve food material in animal cell is present in the form of glycogen. And what is glycogen? Glycogen is a complex form of carbohydrate. Similarly, in plant cell, the reserve food material is starch. It is also a complex form of carbohydrate, but there is a structural difference between the glycogen and starch. Lysosomes are present in animal cell. And what are lysosomes? Lysosomes are the cell organelles which are means to digest the wound of cells. The cells which are not required anymore in the human body is eaten up by the lysosome in the case of animal cell. That function is performed by dictyosome in the case of plant. Now the big one, mitochondria. You are much familiar about the mitochondria. You are knowing that mitochondria is a powerhouse of cell, and this mitochondria is present both in plant as well as animal cell. And this power is generated by mitochondria in the form of ATP. You all knowing that adenosine triphosphate. Move ahead. Crystals. What are crystals? They are the metabolic products like gums, resins, and all other substance. You can see in the various plant, the gums and resins are option. They are usually present in the plant cell but absent in the animal cell. Contractile vacuole is a device present in the animal cell for the water regulation, while in plant cell this contractile vacuole is absent. The nucleus of animal cell is centric, means it always present in the center part of the cell, while nucleus in the plant cell eccentric, slightly away from the center, and animal cell can change their form while plant cell remain in their position and shape. Now move ahead with the diagrams. This is the diagram of animal cell. You can see here there is a cell membrane but there is no cell wall. Microvilli are also present here. You can see the chloroplast is written there but the arrow is not there. It means chloroplast is remain absent in the animal cell. Golgi body is clearly mentioned here. Cytoplasm, which is the reservoir for all the cell organelles, present here. Centriole you can see, which I have taught you that centriole responsible for the cell division. You can see the nucleus is present in the center. Then the ribosome responsible for the protein synthesis. You are much familiar about that. Then mitochondria, the big one, which is the powerhouse of the cell. So this is all about the structure of animal cell. You can see the diagram and then you can only understand with this diagram how the animal cell is look like, and animal cell can change its shape and size accordingly, as you have seen in that differentiation topics. So you can also see the microvilli on the uppermost surface of the animal cell. The microvilli means for the anchorage of the animal cell, because all the cells are remain attached with each other, and by which they can form the multicellular organism. Apart from the anchorage, microvilli also helpful in the mechanical support to the cell. Now we should move towards the diagram of plant cell, the last topic of this session. After that, this session will be complete. Let's have a look of plant cell. This is the plant cell. You can see the nucleus is placed eccentric. Eccentric means the nucleus placed away from the center, a bit away from the center, and a large vacuole is occupy the position on the uppermost side. And I have told you that vacuole function as the turgidity maintenance apparatus. And what is turgidity? Turgidity means when excess water filled up in the plant cell, the plant may wilt. So that is why the empty spaces are given there to remove all the excess water by means of vacuole. You can clearly see the mitochondria is placed there, and the big size chloroplast also placed there. So student, this is all about for today's lecture. Thank you so much. Be safe, be alert.